Introducing first. In the blue corner, Ryno's sports cards. In the pink corner, the Neon Ghost. We've been over the rules. There are no rules. This is the Neon Ryno Show.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, dude, I'm not a talking head this week. Check that
Oh,
out.
you're not a floating genie head from Pee Wee.
Oh,
Oh,
hell yeah, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You and I have spent some late nights chit-chatting on whatnot
Ooh,
lately. My goodness.
that is so. Wait, we'll get there. First, I want to ask, explain to me these photos I'm seeing with the kid and the go-kart with the giant fin thing. What is this?
Yeah, so Bundy, Jaden Bundy's sister, Bailey Bundy. Jaden Bundy is the coach of Caleb Wheeler. That's how
Yeah,
I met Jaden. And his sister races sprint cars up at Deming Speedway on the dirt track.
nice.
So yeah, man. So he had reached out to me saying that his sister, it's her fourth year racing, and she was looking for sponsors. So I think that's great when kids want to do something besides sit inside and not touch grass, and
Yeah.
I freaking love it. So yeah, I said absolutely that Rhinos would love to sponsor her for her sprint car. So yeah, we threw the Rhinos logo on there, cool QR code, and then my buddy Zim and I, who does my tattoos, went up to Deming on Friday and watched her race. And I think she has like 13, 14 races. So like every Friday, basically going forward, they'll be racing up there, and the Rhinos logo will be sprinting around the Deming track.
That's awesome. That's one where
Yeah, dude.
they go damn near like sideways drifting and stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like tired. She's 16 years old. Man, there was like 5 and 6 year olds out there driving their little cars that are go-kart motors in it, but they go fast. They're like 30 miles an hour for a little kid. That's quick. And hers hits I think hers can hit like 70 on a straightaway. And she's hitting those banks, bro, sliding and kicking up mud. Dude, I got tagged right in the chest with a piece of mud that I thought was a BB. I was like, I'm looking around to see if anybody else got shot, you know? It was
Nice.
funny as hell.
Nice. Um,
Yeah, it was a good time though.
what Topps Chrome just came out, right?
No, dude, Topps Chrome football comes out on
No, no,
Wednesday.
no. WWE.
Oh, WWE?
Just
Phew. Yeah,
right?
that came out.
It's
I
Topps
ripped
Chrome,
I
right?
ripped one hobby box. Oh, it's
And what'd you
amazing.
pull out of the hobby box? Tell the people what'd you pull out of the hobby box.
Uh, I'm pretty
This is
sure
the
the
wait, let's
WWE
preface this. Let's
universe.
preface this. On your own, you pulled an amazing card. Then we'll get into this show that you shared with me that you then start getting amazing stuff. So what'd you pull? What'd you pull?
I pull First of all, I pull an on-card auto Nia Jax, which I'm pretty sure the WWE universe is just kicking me in the sack. So WWE Nia Jax. Then I'm slow rolling and I'm on camera. I'm doing this. So the video is going to come out, and I pull it out of 99. I'm like, yo, move it. Opening card Jey Uso, on card auto out of 99. The two people, the two people that I was like, I can't get in this product. Like, I'll take NXT people, I'll take anybody else. I literally get Nia Jax and Jey Uso as my two
Oh,
autos.
oh.
M Mind blown, dude.
When you comped them, what are the
Mind
comps
blown.
though?
I think the Nia Jax sells for around like 30, $40, and the J out of 99. I think he's close to like $100. It's like 80 to $100
All right,
for his card.
not
It's
terrible,
not
but
it's
for you of all people to pull
no
those.
that was the problem, right? And the thing is with the WWE cards, I even on the whatnot stream when we're on the thing, I wasn't looking at these cards as like making a profit on them. I genuinely wanted to open those cards and just have fun opening them because like they have everybody's in there like from like the old school to the new school NXT. Tons. I mean, the checklist is massive. I just wanted to have fun doing it, and then the fun was short lived. In the first, I think it's like the first pack I open is Nia Jax. I'm like, you got to be kidding me right
So then
now,
we had talked on
you know?
about whatnot. We had talked about buying spots and some people not. Oh, what was his name, Mister C? What's his name?
It's like
Thank you.
Swish Smash or something like that on the stream. Yeah.
I had a photo. Oh, Swift Smash
Yeah,
is the channel. Like, but the dude I think was Mr. Steve. But so
yeah,
I'm
Mr. C.
take him out of this. You and I had talked about how buying those spots and stuff like that can sometimes be a rip off, whatnot's in trouble for it, like all these things.
Yeah.
So you sent me a link. I honestly thought you were sending me a link of no shade because he's going to eventually come on the show. No shade. I thought you were sending me of a thing of, hey, this might be a trash show, but at least you'll see the product. So I was like, all right, like I'll check this out. That dude is so entertaining that I could not buy in. And I'm gonna go. No, you go first, and then we'll tell my horrible story. But so, unbeknownst to both of us, I mean, it makes sense because you sent it to me, but I didn't know you didn't know this guy wasn't a friend of yours. Like you just sent me it. I thought we were watching it because of what we had talked about with the lawsuits and all that. Unbeknownst to both of us, we're both in the stream. We had both already bought in before we knew we were in,
Hmm.
and my boy got a good spot and tell the people what happened.
Yeah, dude. So, so one of these ones is you make your bid, and then if you win the bid, the wheel spins, and you just get the wrestler that pops up. And I wound up getting Stephanie Valkyr. And at first I was like, damn. I was like, all right. I mean, I don't think she's gonna win at WrestleMania, so I was like, this ought to be pretty interesting.
But it's
Um,
par for the course with you getting Nia
bro,
Jax, Jay, and then you get Stephanie.
I was back, and then yeah, even last night I hit Becky Lynch. Anyways, so I'm sitting there and he's ripping the packs, and Stephanie Valkyr gets hit, and it's a freaking on-card auto out of 10. Dude, I
It was
have
the biggest hit of the night.
it's been the biggest hit of any of his breaks because I went online and I was looking and her auto, but her base auto is $150. Her silver auto is $350. There's somebody with an out of 50 champion insert auto that he's asking 900 or 950, and I just got like an offer for 900, which I won't accept. Um, I didn't realize it was that expensive. I'm shocked. Her cards rival Obafemi's right now. I'm blown away. I think it might be like an international crowd that really loves her.
Oh, that makes
Because
sense.
that's like a big thing with like Shohei. He's huge over here in the States. Absolutely, he's a monster over here in the States. Japan though, bro, next level. They have like cities named after this man. So
Yeah.
like, I think a lot of it has to do with her push with that. But dude, yeah, getting an out of 10 on card auto. Um, I mean, I'm like, is this a $1,500 card? You know, is it a $2,000 card? Do I send it to PSA? They actually just messaged me back today because I asked for quicker shipping. That's one thing that disappoints me with Whatnot people. Well, no, that's me just trying to make people do like I do. So I messaged them and it's been like 3 days, 3 days, no response. Because I said, can I get it shipped with insurance and I'll pay for the extra shipping, just to make sure it gets to me, you know?
Yeah.
And I just heard back though this morning, and they're a breaking company. Obviously, they're busy with stuff, but they did respond. And the biggest card that I've ever hit in a whatnot break for sure.
And you won't accept 900 for it?
No. That was one on eBay that is an insert. It says champions on it. It's a
Oh,
gold
I
one.
thought you got
That's
offered
out of
900 for it.
50. No, I didn't get an offer on it. No, I may send it in to get graded. We're starting to send some cards in of our own personal cards to get graded. Actually our first submission goes out today. But I might actually send that one in to get graded. Win, lose, or draw for her this weekend. Looking at the comps of that, I don't know how her market ever goes down. Like
Yeah.
it's insane how high her cards are.
So, boy made a terrible decision when I spun. I spun, I got Zarya, but I also landed on the Smasher Pass or Stasher
Stasher.
Pass, which
Yeah.
means you can keep that card or you can pass and roll for something else.
Yep.
I decided roll for something else. I hit the rock. Everyone, boom, there we go. That's how it's done, right? Mm. My boy, Mr. C was even like, "Yep, that's how it's done." Da, da, da. All hyped for me. Here we go. Should be the biggest thing in there. Nope. My dude opens a numbered refractor of Zarya. Then he opens one of those redemption for a gold one of one for Zarya. I, I almost killed myself. I almost shot myself in the goddamn dick.
I'm watching that thing. I'm watching this live to paint the picture. The lights are off in my room. My fans are on. I'm on my tummy. My feet are up in the air. I got my headphones on because my wife's sleeping over there, and I'm watching it. They start hitting that. They hit that card. I let out like the biggest oh. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, saw the redemption. I was like, oh shit. I was like, he might be getting the rock. He might be getting. I thought for sure you're getting the final boss. I in my brain when I saw the redemption, I was like, I don't know how it's not like Brock Lesnar or The Rock. Like that. That was my initial thought. I was like, this man's getting paid. Yeah.
I don't even think was that a single rock pulled. Like I don't even know.
The those like diamond ones or whatever they call them, they're inserts for the Rock. Like how Austin has his
Yeah.
inserts and the Rock has his like final boss ones.
So I made
Uh,
$5. Yay.
yeah, you got a couple of those. It and in fairness to this guy, like man, these spots go cheap. They were going cheap. That's the only reason I was buying them.
They go to,
I'm buying a spot at $13. Like
but also for me, and like I've gone down the whatnot rabbit holes, and I had watched a couple just to see what the new product looks like. It's it's that dude. That's why I said, hey man, formal invitation, like come on our show. Like he
yeah,
he made me want to buy in, especially the first day. His energy as soon as it started was here. Yesterday, you could tell he was irritated with himself for being late. I don't
yeah,
think he got sleep. He was down, but about half hour, 45 minutes in, his energy started picking up, and you and I are talking shit in the trash, and he
yep.
instantly like all of a sudden became, and I was like, this is why I'm buying in for this dude. So last night you bought in. Who'd you hit last night?
Last night, oh
Nope.
dude, honestly,
We got the three. We got the Naya, we got the Jay, we got the Stephanie, which there's one more person that you and I talk about that we don't really buy into, and you hit her last night.
well, Becky Lynch
Nope.
was
We love
Becky.
Becky.
Yeah, Becky Lynch was the first one. Lita was my second one. Uh, Number three, what the hell, dude? It was like one o'clock in the morning. I passed out, man.
You hit Jade Cargill.
Oh, Chad Gar. I know that's the other one that hit, and he's like that'll do. I'm like, that is dumb. Like, what are we doing? Yeah,
Oh, that's dumb. You think that's dumb? Again, folks, you don't understand. Okay. I worked 7 shows in 2 days this weekend. So when I jumped back on last night, bro, I messed up. I looked this morning. I spent more money than I should have. Not like an extraordinary amount, but I spent more than I should have because I got in on three. And again, I think it was only like $40, like tops, because they were going low and I went in early.
yeah,
Your boy got Joe Gacy, the Great Muta,
yeah,
and Hornswoggle,
yeah.
and hit nothing.
Did nothing.
Honestly, I was hoping, you know what, if I get like a 1 out of 10 or a 1-1 Hornswoggle, that actually would be kind of cool to
Yeah,
have and keep in the thing. Cause like, who didn't love Hornswoggle when he would pop out from under the ring and stuff? It's like, I was okay with the Hornswoggle, but the Great Muta and Joe, get the fuck out of here.
I
Same
know.
with you though. I literally, I fell asleep, headphones in. I fell asleep with it in my hand. I woke up once to him being happy for someone that they hit something. And I was like, wait, what happened? And then I fell asleep again,
Yeah,
and I woke up and the whatnot thing of show ended was still up. I don't even know if I hit anything, honestly.
no clue if I did either. I think we were. He's like, pick a box. There's like four boxes left, and I'm like, I was like, somebody's picking a box. What the hell? Yeah, I didn't hear any like, "Hey, Rhino, great job." I didn't hear any of that crap. So I'm sure I didn't get anything special with that one.
It was a great show though. Like I really like that show. Like I need a way to have that on, but have the auction part not like I need to X out so that the little bid thing isn't there, just so I can watch a show.
So it's funny you say that. I've been watching on TikTok and YouTube. I was watching some other stuff. There's actually an attorney talking about how whatnot the thing that could save them because what's happening right now with lawsuits and stuff is basically like an opt out button, like something that would turn off bidding. It's like walking through casinos and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
you don't have
100%.
to do any of that. Like on Whatnot, it's right there. Now there's like a spending limit on Whatnot. There's just different stuff that they're putting in place. but there should be something that you can turn off the bids, that you're just watching the live to watch the live, and you don't have to auction or bid anything like that
Yeah.
to help with the gambling part of it. But yeah, same thing. Man, that guy's good. If my shop ever became like enough allocation to have large breaking like that, what a personality to have on there. And what a
Yeah.
setup. Dude, kudos to those people. That setup is dope. Like everything they do. Like that boy just cuts off the camera. You don't even see him anymore. He's talking, stasher passes popping up everywhere. I'm like, this is
When
good.
money
This is a
hits,
good
he's got the
outfit.
little button and money drops or sparkles. Like I
Yeah,
was like,
that
and just
too.
like his personality, and that's why I was like, wait, when he was bringing up who he likes and stuff, I was like, oh, because like there's some channels and there's some things where they're just ripping the product to rip the product. You could tell he may not watch every week like we do, and he may not watch all the things,
Yeah.
but you can tell he's at least a wrestling fan. That's why when you said we have the show about wrestling and MMA, I was like, yo, man, like this dude needs to come on our show.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I realize for him, it might be a time when he's sleeping or whatnot, but we figured it out with Slab Mania, so we'll figure it out with him because I want to help pimp his stuff. It was great,
Oh,
and his
absolutely.
interactions with the crowd and his back and forth with people, like he's good.
Yep.
Yep.
He is good. He's one of the good ones, and you feel like you're going to get your cards too, and they're well taken care of. He's not the one that gives Whatnot a bad name. That
Yeah.
streaming service is not. They're good. I give my own personal money to another person with trading cards. Like that's one of the good ones. I'm in for that.
Yep. So, oh, how was the trip to Ocean Shores?
Ocean Shores is fantastic, dude. Saw three customers out there, man. It was so rad. Like it was cool. Two of them like interesting folk. But like yeah, I'm walking through the casino and one of the guys like Ryno, and I have my in all fairness, so I do have my sweatshirt on like usual, and I'm turning around and I look and I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, you gonna be at the card show this weekend? I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, back at the shop, and he's like, well, shit, I'll stop by Friday then. And so it was great. Little windy. Flew kites for the first time in like 20 years. Rented electric bikes and rode those on the beach. Bro, Robbie, when I tell you we rented three-wheeled trikes to ride on the beach because like regular bikes like they're electric and but we could ride a bike whenever. But a three-wheeled trike that hit 25 miles an hour, you are hauling ass on a beach,
Yep.
bro. You
Nice.
couldn't keep that smile off my face. I was, bro, I was like a fat kid on a wave run. I was just like, just having a blast. And my daughter, she would not get off. We had to like rotate through the other one and just let her just haul ass. And like her body weight didn't like really screw with the battery. But you're rotating through like all of us over here on the other side, and my kid who's like 6'2" or 6'3", and he's running through those. So anyways. Ocean Shores was a blast. It really
Nice.
was. Like I'd rather go there when it's a little bit windy and like this than the summertime when it's pure chaos out there because I can't imagine how it wouldn't be.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it's
but like
party.
we stayed at like the Quinault Casino Resort, cheap. It's like $300 for 2 nights. It's like $150 a night. I'll take that any day of the week.
Yep.
And we had oceanside view, so yeah, it was fantastic. It was good.
Nice. Nice. When did you come home?
Thursday afternoon.
Okay, so
Worst drive. Bro, every spot had traffic. The landslide here in Bellingham, that was brutal. Every place had traffic. The 7-Eleven, I was like, I'm gonna stop at the 7-Eleven on the way home. Like, I want to grab some waters and stuff. 20 minutes earlier, somebody drove through their front next to their door. So the tow truck had already had the car gone, but the people were still like taking photos, and then that was all backed up. I'm like, this is what we're doing today? Yeah, a 4.5 hour drive turned into 5 hours and 45 minutes.
oh.
Needless to say, this rhino wanted to run through a wall. Like I was tired.
What anything coming to the shop? Anything good? You see anything?
So what we have is yes, we bought some smaller stuff like usual. We'll buy our we usually buy a couple hundred cards a week. But a PSA submission, SD is getting back my Max Crosby manga. It got a PSA 9,
Bro, it's been how long?
unfortunately. Huh?
It's been how long?
Bro, they said that the
I remember
label
we talked
was
about
messed
it.
up,
They had
right?
it
Yeah,
they had it
so
opened at the shop, but like it wasn't moving all this stuff. I remember we talked about
ridiculous.
this.
Yeah, so yeah, PSA 9 on that one. I think they just did that out of spite. And then I got a shiny Charizard from Pokemon from Neo, That one's coming back, I think a four, which is wild because in a four it still makes it like a $1,400 card, 12 to $1,400. Just yeah, it's ridiculous. So I have both those cards coming back, which I'm pretty damn excited about. Um, yeah, and then we have a huge release this week in the shop, which is going to be might be the not the it might be the first time for a football product that we're going to have a line outside. It might be the
What
first
is
time for
what
that.
is coming out this week?
2020. So Topps got the license back for the first time in 15 years. And so Panini no longer can make licensed football products. And Topps is coming out with Topps Chrome Football. And they're doing the 2025 class, which for me, Ashton Genty, obviously, will be picking up his rookies. But they're doing the hobby, the jumbos, the blasters, and no, the blasters actually got pushed back, or was the blasters the megas? Anyways, one of those got pushed back. They come out next month. But so we're gonna have hobby boxes on release day, and we will have, I want to say, blaster boxes on release day. But that's gonna be huge, dude. Case hits are massive. They have the Tecmo Bowl cards in there, so like Bo Jackson back in the day, and they have the white ink autos on them, which is gonna be crazy. Nobody ever uses white ink, so
Wow. Wow.
yeah, dude, it's gonna be something else. Like they have, I was actually, yeah, it's gonna be incredible. So I think that we're gonna have a line for those. The only thing I don't like about it, Robbie, which I run my prices a little bit different than everybody because I want the community to be able to get cards. So
Mhm.
they were, oh my God, dude, I'm gonna get this wrong. I think they were like 330 on Topps website when they dropped, and we didn't get any from Topps website. We tried to, we were allocated some, but we tried to buy them off the Topps website. Didn't get that. Steel City and Dave and Adams right now are selling them for $1,000 for a hobby box.
Christ.
Bro, they're 330 from Topps' website for people to buy, which nobody got. It was just the people with bots got them. And so yeah, dude, $1,000 for pre-release. I don't know what they're gonna be on release day. I'm assuming I'm gonna be selling them for around like $700 for it because 1,000 for 20 packs and one auto. That's nuts. That's crazy
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I
I remember
know.
Tecmo Bowl. Remember, you'd run all the way back to one end zone and then just throw the Hail Mary. Like, oh
Yep.
God, that game was so fun,
I know
so
nobody
fun.
can stop Bo Jackson and Jerry Rice caught everything.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Uh, when our guest comes on, I'm gonna ask him because I know he was at a watch party for the UFC. But did you get a chance to watch the UFC,
Yeah. Watched the entire thing. I was
bro?
incredibly bummed out for Loopy. I thought, I was, yeah, knowing Loopy and seeing her a couple times, meeting her a couple times, and watching her last fight, I was like, damn, I was like, is it Tatiana Suarez if
Yeah.
she fought, and I mean, she's just a killer, an absolute killer.
There
So I
was
was a
there
little bit
was a
bummed out.
solid moment though where Loopy looked like she had this.
She dropped her, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, here we go.
Yep.
Loopy's going on for the championship
Yep.
fight. 'Cause I know
So
this is basically a contenders fight right now for that one.
I was doing the thing you taught me. So I've been putting my cards on Whatnot and my card post, taking a photo, comping them on a couple different things, putting prices up there. There was one card that I have that I was going to put up there, but I was like, oh, let's wait and see what happens. And it's a gold headliners numbered. How do you say his name? JIR, the guy that was in the main event.
Yuri Prohaska.
Him. I'm thinking, oh, this dude wins. This is gonna go up, so I can't put this on there yet. And then he loses by knockout in the first round. And I was just like, oh,
A fight that I mean, you never know. It is a fight. But man, he had the fight won. The guy was on one leg. We don't know if it's a torn ACL. We don't know what it is like that. But I I get that. But dude, greatest heavyweight fight I've ever seen in my life.
oh, that's what I want to ask our guest about, dude. But wait,
Greatest heavyweight
right
fight.
before that one, um,
Carlo,
Dominic and
Dominic Reyes
Walker.
and
Here's my
Walker.
thing though. A handful of years ago, I'm one of the people. Reyes beat Jones in that fight. If you go back, you watch that fight. Like I'm one of the people that I thought that night he beat Jones. He came the closest anyone had ever come, other than Gustafson, And I also think Gustafsson won that fight, but the judges, whatever, judging is judging, whatever it is. But so my brain was like, how do you go from a lot of people out there thinking you beat the best to ever do it? And yes, no shade on Walker. Walker's great, but you're not even trying in this fight. Neither guy seemed like they were even trying. And I understand, the respect of neither one wanted to get knocked out, all this stuff. But second to what was it? Carlos, it was Blades and Derek Lewis. Second to that fight, that was the most boring fight ever that I've ever seen, and I don't know how that
Nanu
happened.
and Derek Lewis.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Like that was boring as hell. That fight that we just watched was right up there with that, and it's like how do you go from people thinking you beat the greatest ever to what is happening?
Yeah, I mean, but both of those guys have shown that a strong wind knocks him out. Like it's just Johnny Walker, his chin, every time it gets kind of tested, he has those ragdoll unfortunate highlight moments where he gets knocked out. And that's the bummer part. I the fights were actually really good. It was a really good card. I was actually kind of excited to see the turnout of all of these ones. Um I didn't like the whole shtick with Hackkick Hawkick. Forgot his name,
Hokick,
how to pronounce his
yeah,
name. He fought
yeah,
Curtis Blades
flipping
with
up,
it.
yeah,
Um what I do love is kind of like that WWE-esque thing where they're like, "Yo, this man's now on the White House card fighting Derek Lewis."
yeah,
Like
yep.
just that type of thing was really fun and entertaining for me, and it was cool. Like he kept flipping him off like a Nick Diaz type of esque thing. That was really 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 entertaining, and he backed up everything he said.
Oh,
Like he
100%.
took every single punch from Curtis Blades, who is a heavyweight and hits freaking hard.
Dude,
And
he
Curtis Blades, bro,
busted Curtis's Blade's face.
and Blades to get dropped twice where normal human beings get dropped like that and you're like, oh shit, maybe I should put up my hands and kind of like cover up and not get ground and pound here. Stood back up and did it again with him for three freaking rounds. That's insane to me. The
Yeah.
gas tank in those mammoths of men is crazy.
The fact, like, I don't know if it's crazy. Like, they both looked so tired. It was just the heart and wanting to be in there. Cause that's the thing is they both at any point looked like they were just going to pass out from
Yeah.
exhaustion. But the
Yeah.
fact that they kept going at each other and it was a solid back and forth, like Rocky and Apollo of like taking two to give two.
Yep.
And you said homeboy kept flipping him off and, Blades gave zero fucks about the flipping off. He knew he was in trouble, but he did not care.
Yeah.
And then Dana announces on social media that that dude and Derek Lewis are now on the White House card. Like, I mean, come on, man. Derek Lewis hits real hard, and I don't think dude needs to keep his hands down and just think he's going to walk through Derek Lewis's punches. Like, I get the stick, I get what he's doing, I appreciate what he's doing. Like, we need these type of things in the UFC, but we also need let's the dude was a college wrestler. At any point, he could have taken uh Blades down and just chose not to. Well, guess what with Derek Lewis? Let's go ahead and not stand there and decide we're going to play rock up sock 'em with Derek Lewis.
No.
Although Curtis
Yeah.
Blades has knockout power and he did it with him, so like I don't know, but I would like to see some more game out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was damn impressed by them doing that. And then by doing that, he gets on the White House card. He's gonna get paid big now to do that. I think that's freaking amazing. I got to give a big shout out and kudos to Cub Swanson.
Oh my
Final
god!
fight. Uh,
And looked amazing.
turn,
He looked like he could still be doing it.
turn back the clock. And to hear him after the fight saying that he didn't feel good, and he was telling his coaches that he wants to like slowly kind of warm up, like not get too crazy and stuff, because the other guy he wanted to basically save his adrenaline dump. Um, Fantastic fight. Cub put on a clinic on him
Yeah,
for he looked like an old like Max Holloway, like young Cub Swanson type of thing. Like his hand speed and his movement was sick.
yeah.
Yeah,
It looked like remember the game Tekken?
yeah,
It looked like that. Like
yeah,
and dude hasn't missed a step. I'm glad he's retiring at the point he's retiring, but
yeah.
who wasn't a fan when they were bringing up the thing and it was of him and the WC and like it was like, oh, I 100% remember discovering
Absolutely.
Cub Swanson in the WEC
Yeah.
days.
One last thing before we do get on our guest today. The biggest robbery though of the weekend was with the Christopher Taco fight. I reached out to him, told him a hell of a good fight. We're messaging back and forth on Instagram. Mm, I appreciate you, brother, taking the time to do that. Uh, Getting that overturned for a draw is insane.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that was crazy to me. Like
yeah.
I hope that them submitting it to try to get that like taken put back into a win. I hope that that goes through because that's insane. He put on a great fight. And hopefully in the future here soon. He said he's down to be on the show, so
That
we
would
get
be
Christopher Taco on
amazing.
here, which would be so damn cool to get him on here to talk about that.
That would put, if you remember the last UFC card, I think it was the first time in 20 something years, Bruce Buffer had a flub announcing the
Yep.
wrong winner. And then the fight you just said where fight's over. I think we were a fight or two past it. They then announced that the judging changing to a draw. Like there's been some crazy things going on in the
Yeah.
UFC at the last two events that it's like, hey, let's go ahead and iron all this out before we see the White House card. Is the White House card's not the next one? It's not until June. I don't remember what the next one is, but let's go ahead and iron all this out because I don't want any flub stuff at a White House card. And I
Right. No,
think you and I had talked about the White House card not being the hype that we it should have been. I think adding Hokic and Lewis is okay. Now we're taking a step in the
yeah.
okay. Now we're getting there.
Well, I mean, because the White House card, it has Justin Gaethje, you know, right? So we have like that, like Hulk Hogan, like I am a real American walking out type of guy. The problem with it is like I understand Kayla Harris's neck. Like I'm not saying this like in a perfect world, everybody is healthy, everything is good to go. Like Gaethje's on that card, Kayla Harris is on that card. We keep Sean O'Malley on that card.
Colby
Like
Covington should have been on that card.
Colby Covington. How are we not paying whatever we want to pay? Like whatever they need paid. Have a Colby Covington on that card. Get him in there against these guys, or like sign Gable Stevenson because they signed Gable Stevenson. Sign him earlier because they could have, and have him make his debut on the White House card. Like, I don't care what these people say, like, oh, he's getting special treatment. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's an Olympic gold wrestler. Absolutely, he's getting special treatment. Like, the guy is amazing.
Do you know who
So,
else got special treatment? Brock
who?
Lesnar got special treatment.
Oh,
He
Brock.
had
Oh, yeah,
one fight
exactly.
outside the UFC and then was signed to the UFC. So yeah,
But
sometimes people deserve special treatment.
yeah, and you want to talk about like having like the biggest card. This goes from like we're gonna have, we're looking at six title fights on there to it looking like a regular pay-per-view, a good pay-per-view, but a regular pay-per-view. That's what it looked like.
I know they announced Stevenson being signed, but they haven't said anything about fight or anything. They just said he signed, right?
Las Vegas is he's gonna make his he's gonna
Oh,
make the
International Fight
at
Week.
a International Fight Week
And
exactly.
Connor's coming back that way. Because I was gonna say, we're still far enough out that clearly they can fuck around with the card because they just announced they're adding to it. So I was gonna say I didn't know they announced his fight. I was gonna say maybe they'll surprise us and he gets added to the
Yeah, they
White
said
House
it's gonna
card.
be International Fight Week
Okay.
when he gets in there, which will be good. I'll probably head out there for International Fight Week to get content and go check it out. I don't know if I'll go to the fights because those tickets are gonna be expensive if
Yeah.
they put Connor on there. There won't be any
Yeah.
seat cheaper than $1,000.
No.
I
No.
mean,
And that'll be nosebleeds.
and that'll be nosebleeds and no
Yeah.
thank you. I'd rather watch it for free on TV
Yeah.
and feel like I'm up in the action. Or did you see what they did at the Sphere? They showed the fights at the Sphere.
Nah.
It
That'd be kind
it
of cool.
when you walked in, they a person showed their view. They walked in, it was like you were walking to the octagon. Like the way they
That's
had it
kind of
set up in
cool.
there. That could be something fun to go do and go check out that experience and go watch the fights. I'd be down for that. It's like you're
Have you
in
ever
the
gone to a
cage.
movie theater and watched the fights when they used to do that?
Yes,
That-
actually did that, bro. I'm a when I'm invested in a fighter, like I get bummed out when they lose. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
part of their family. I'm like, dude, this
yeah.
sucks, bro. So I was there when BJ, not there, I was fucking, that was there. I was watching it in a movie theater when BJ Penn fought Frankie Edgar the first time. And I'm a huge BJ Penn fan. Like growing up, I loved BJ Penn, Jens Pulver, like all of these guys. So when he just got dismantled, I'm like, what is going on? Then we went back to the same movie theater and watched BJ Penn and Edgar 2. And I'm like, he's getting his belt back. And he gets beat even worse. I'm like, man, fuck the UFC. I hate everything about fighting.
It is fun. I don't know if they still do it. I hope they still do, but like it is a fun experience to go into a
Yeah,
theater with a bunch of people and you're all facing the screen and whether whether your guys winning, losing, like that, like that's a lot of fun to do that. I can only imagine
absolutely
what the
is.
spear would be like.
Sphere would be dope. Yeah, and I think I was looking on there, tickets were like $150, $200 to get in there. When really, if you put it the grand scheme of things, you spend if you rent you used to pay $70 at your house, right? Even when if I pay 150 bucks to go, if we go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch it, I'm probably spending $60 when I go there. Like wings aren't cheap anymore. Cheap
Yeah.
wings are usually around like $30, and I don't
You have the
drink.
benefit of not drinking.
Exactly, exactly. Otherwise, you're a
But
couple
in
hundred
fairness, I
dollars.
know like if me and SD and Herman and like if we're all there, like you're also the type of guy that you're picking up the tab and you're buying the drinks for people. So that's
Yep.
also going to add up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I going to look into the International Fight Week to try to check out the Sphere just because that'll be more in my budget to be able to do than trying to sit nosebleed and think I see people walking out to the cage,
And it'll be an
Like, no, thank you.
experience. It'll be an experience. Yeah. I
Yeah.
also kind of prefer like I've been to when the UFC was here and it was Diaz and Ben Henderson and it's it's fun being there live and stuff, but it's also we like wrestling and it's fun going to wrestling live and seeing those guys and like that's fun. But I always still find myself when I get home the next day or whatever, like watching it on TV because I like hearing the commentators. I like hearing the coaches. So like that's the benefit of yes, being there in the moment, but then also being able to watch it and hear commentators, coaches,
Correct.
the punches hit. Like that is
Yeah,
also
dude.
fun.
Well, and that's what I was explaining to Caleb, which I heard you saw him last night, by the way.
No, I didn't. I know
Um,
what you're talking about.
yeah,
I
never
was
saw.
sworn to secrecy. Happy birthday,
They,
Caleb.
yeah, right. He him and Bundy went down there because they won the tickets from the law group for there. And that's how I was explaining to him. I had work, had my shop duties, but also like I really enjoy hearing the coach's corner and Rogan and all those guys talking and being able to watch the fight and seeing everything that's happening with it. I like that. I am not a big fan experience guy where I need the screaming around me to get engaged with the fights. I enjoy mixed martial arts for like the purity of it. I enjoy watching their technique and what they're doing. So like when I watch it on TV, I can really kind of like just focus on that and try to learn from it. They love the experience. They love the screaming, the hoot and the holler and the drink and having a good time. That's just never been my personality. So like, yes, would that have been fun? Absolutely to go. That's why I think like the Sphere would be more my thing because I watching it on TV, but in a massive thing with other fans, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say perfect world. Obviously, take Jones out of it because that wouldn't happen. Who would you give Stevenson in his debut? He's going heavyweight, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be heavyweight.
Who would you give him?
The problem the problem is like the heavyweight division
Absolutely sucks right now.
absolutely sucks. What I would have done is I would have not scheduled Tai Tuivasa to a fight again, and I would have scheduled him for International Fight Week against Gable Stevenson. Tai Tuivasa's on like a 5 or 6 fight losing streak. He has a massive name, and he's not going to try to take Gable down. And Gable's wrestling, that's where he is the best at. His hands are getting better. Um, I would put him against a bigger name, though. I would put him against a tie. I wouldn't put him against a submission wrestler because they're just going to want to take the man down. Um, it's
If
tough
they can get him
because
down,
yeah, well, that's if they can get him down, right? But like his jujitsu, we all know like wrestlers want to be on top. When they're on their back, it's a little bit difficult for
yeah,
him, and
fair.
so he can't get everything taken care of. He can't clear up every hole in his game. Um, but also the heavyweight division, there's not a lot of people out there that can do what he does. I think he's going to get thrown into the deep end. He's either going to get somebody who we have no clue who the hell they are, or it's going to be somebody who's like, oh shit, like Curtis Blades is coming off of a loss, and he was five, now he's six. We got Gable Stevenson coming in, he's top 10 already because
Ooh.
there is nobody else. Like there's nobody else really. It's going to have to be like a Tai
Curtis Blades.
Tuivasa-esque, where it's going to be somebody who's coming off of losses or just making their debut as well, who don't know who the hell they are.
That's fair. I don't know if Curtis Blades after that last fight will be ready by International Fight Week. Pretty sure
Dude,
Noah's got to.
I don't think he's gonna be ready this year at all. That's that's incredible. I can't even believe that Hokic is gonna be ready by the White House.
It's only
When
what,
he
like a month and a half away.
Yeah, and when he was talking in the ambulance trying to do like his stuff, he's like he had to like stop his character for a second and be like it's like my jaw's killing me.
Yeah.
You think so? You think
You
so?
think
I mean,
so?
bro, you got like ham hocks just slamming into your head, bro.
I think I guess the next thing coming up to be excited for would be the Netflix MVP card. And not excited for, but at least like to watch and just see how it all unfolds. Because I mean, the Mike Perry Diaz fight, that's that's the fight to tune in for. I think that fight's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I want to see Ronda and Gina. I don't really care about Cyborg, but I think that's the next one to be excited for. I know there's a UFC in May. I don't remember what it is right this moment, but
Yeah, I think the Netflix one will be fun to watch. Um, the only thing that keeps tainting it for me is this tour that Ronda's on of talking shit. Um, that's like tainting it for me because like she goes on a whirlwind tour of talking about how she has CTE and like one more good hit to her head could end her life and she's a mom now and she has to take care of all this and WWE even hurt her like the bump she had to take. I'm not saying Gina Carano's gonna go out there and just be a killer because she hasn't fought in what, bro? Like
15,
10,
20 years.
I was gonna say it's been yeah, at least 15 years. Um, but you're not supposed to be getting hit in the head. Now you're gonna have
Yeah.
to go through hard sparring and everything else like that. And now you're fighting again, and you're throwing shade on the company that really helped you build your image. And not saying they built you because obviously she built the women's division off of her back and what she did. But also, like, if you can't be punched in the head anymore that last week, and then this week you're going into a whole training camp on stand up. I mean,
That's
I don't
my
know.
thing. And it's I mean, Ronda's Michael Jordan rule. If Ronda's someone's favorite fighter, we're not going to argue. We can have a conversation. Like, let's go.
Yeah,
She doesn't need to be on this. She doesn't need to be leaning so hard into the tirade of anti UFC, fuck Dana, all that. Like, you could just be
no,
Ronda Rousey. Say you want to come back, like they paid you a fuck ton of money to go do this, and you figured why
yeah,
not? Like we all would still be on board and be like, well, fuck, like let's watch Ronda and see what happens.
yeah.
To what you said, talking shit about and I 100% agree with you. The UFC did not make Ronda. Ronda made herself. She was so undeniable that the UFC said, come play with us. So that right there shows you don't need to throw shade on these guys. When you
Mm-mm.
came into the WWE, I was excited for you, and then it was like okay, like she's kind of being rushed, but that's cool. I see what they're doing, and
Yeah,
she made I feel she made Becky Lynch like that match with Becky and Charlotte and Ronda, Becky winning belt, becoming Becky two belts. Like that was the rocket. Here we go. So now you don't need to turn around and also be talking shit to the WWE where like you're who you are for a reason. These people wanted you to come play in their sandbox because who you are. So now turning around and shitting on them, like you don't, there's no call for that. I
no,
get why you're doing it, but you don't need to be doing it.
no. And to rebuttal your point just a little bit about Ronda making or Ronda making Becky. I think when Nia Jax punched Becky in the nose and like busted her face, I think that exploded Becky Lynch's stuff because then she
Yes.
couldn't wrestle and everybody was hyped to see what's going to happen with it.
Yes.
Um,
I just
yeah,
mean beating we have to be honest, the legacy Golden Girl, Charlotte, and the
at that time.
greatest combat sports woman ever, beating them both in the ring. Like that was the solidified. Okay, Becky Lynch is the greatest female wrestler of all time.
Greatest combat. Do you think Ronda Rousey is the better than Chris Cyborg
And Chris
for
Cyborg, absolutely. You
that
mean
for
Amanda
combat?
Nunes?
Well, I'm saying like if your top three, like your top three women, right? Amanda Nunes is my top.
My,
I think she's
oh, she's
the
also
greatest of
Michael
all
Jordan Joe
time.
Montana rule.
Do you think that Ronda Rousey is above Chris Cyborg?
100%.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
But this is just me talking. Like, I never tuned in excited for a Cyborg fight. Did I watch when she was on the card? Yes. But I never was like, ooh, here we go. But also, how many first round threw them down, broke their arm, does Ronda have, as opposed to Cyborg, yes, getting in wars, being a great fighter. Yes. But there's differences. Would you put Tito in your top 5 of all time?
No, but he didn't have first round finishes where he walked through the opponent and just mashed their face with their fist and dropped him in a division where they have pillow hands.
You're
And you have
again, you're
Cyborg
not
in
wrong,
there.
but
I
she
think
just never.
I think of like I look at Chris Cyborg as like a Vanderlei Silva, where Vanderlei Silva is not in my top five, but
Yeah,
you don't have a lot to compare to with the women's division though either.
but Vanderlei's not in my top 10. Vitor Belfort's not in my top 5. So
But if it
that's
was a
why
soft division though, oh God, Vitor Belfort's not in your top five? Dear God,
no,
I love Vitor Belfort.
I love him, but he's not in my top 5.
I think that so who's your top three then for women's division?
Like of all time for me, or that you'd have to give the
For
record to.
for you, if you're gonna not a hills that you're dying on, but your top three just of your who you think.
Oh, Amanda Nunes, Ronda Rousey, and probably Misha Tate.
What?
Yeah.
And are you just going off of just based on like what are you basing this on?
And well, wait, no, hold on, because I got to put Gina in there because Gina is what made me fall in love with women's MMA. So take Misha out and replace it with Gina.
Okay. So Chris Cyborg's not even your top four.
No, Chris Edwards not
Holy
in my
hell.
top 5.
My
Now,
goodness.
now, if we were doing a list of, hey, these are the greatest women to ever do it, I would not argue if someone put her at 1, 2, or 3. No, I would not. I would 100% concede. Absolutely. My personal, no.
Okay. So personal and reality of greatest
Oh, two
women
different things.
fighter
Two
are
different
two
things.
different things.
100%. Yes.
That's fair. That's fair. 'Cause I liked Misha Tate when she had a rivalry with Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
It was like that it was the rivalry that the women's division needed
100%.
from what not elite. Oh my God, what was the name of the
Strike
organization that
Force.
they're both in? Strike Force, yeah. Yeah, they need that rivalry had to happen and then go on the not contender series. Um
Tough house.
Tough House, those
Yeah.
two.
100%.
That really catapulted
Yeah.
everything for them.
Yep.
Absolutely. I
Oh,
just wish I
Rose.
could.
I would put Rose above Cyborg any day of the week.
Okay. Now this is just blasphemy, and I can't wait for somebody to see this and tell me how wrong you are right now.
All right. I'm going to get our
No,
guest.
I'm not telling you that your feelings are wrong. I'm just telling you you're wrong though. So
Again, if we were doing, like a statistical pound for pound thing, I won't
yeah.
argue if someone says Cyborg. I will give it, like if you put Cyborg, if you went Amanda Cyborg, I'm not going to argue. What I can do now is, oh, I can have a conversation with you. You know what you're talking about. If you put Holly Holm in your top 3, we can't have a conversation.
Even though she not, I mean, head kick her around world, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Holly Holmes though, bro. Talk about falling off a cliff.
dude.
You're at the pinnacle of height. Like you could do no wrong. You were the golden girl. Like holy shit. And then all of a sudden now it's like, well, she's gonna be on the Netflix one, isn't she?
Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't put Holly Holm in my top 5. I don't know if I put Holly Holm in my top 10. But again, if you put Rose in your top 3, we can have a conversation. We can
Of
talk.
women fighters that you'd like to watch, or but
Of
not
women
not
fighters
of
of
not
all
of
time, period.
but not
You don't
of
think
not of
Rose is going in the Hall of Fame?
Rose is going in the Hall of Fame because of her accolades. Sure, she beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She has one
But
of the greatest submissions of all time.
I'm not saying that I don't think she was a great fighter. Absolutely. If
Then what
I'm
are we
saying like
talking
my
about?
if I'm saying like my favorite fighters to watch, that's different than who I believe is
That's
the greatest women fighters. Because
yeah.
if
Well, I
that's
mean
the
that's
case,
fair.
then
Like
she's
that's
not
the
an
conversation we have. Like I don't. John Jones is not my number one.
right.
GSP is. But if John Jones is your number one, like I'm not arguing that. Like that's fine. We can have a conversation. Anderson Silva could be your number one. We can have a conversation. You could say
Yeah,
Rampage Jackson is your number one all-time favorite fighter. We can have a conversation. You
sure.
can't say Rampage Jackson is the greatest fighter of all time.
Correct. So the greatest fighter of all time, we could agree for women would be Amanda Nunes.
100%.
Okay.
That's not
But you
I
don't
would
have
argue
Ronda
that's not even debatable.
but you have Ronda Rousey at number two for the greatest women's combat fighter.
Yes. 100%.
God,
You
man.
have to give her her accolades. You have to give her we wouldn't know who Amanda Nunes is if Ronda didn't do what Ronda did. You have to give that to her. And by
But we
doing
knew
what she did in Strikeforce, the combat sport blew up in the UFC to make it go, fuck, we need to add women. Dana wasn't bringing women in. Ronda made him bring women in. So that's why we now know who all these women fighters are.
but we knew who Chris Cyborg was before Ronda Rousey, and the only
But she
reason
wasn't
that
coming in the she wasn't coming into
because
the
she
UFC.
wasn't pretty, because she wasn't a pretty face for
I
Dana to
don't
be
think
able
it
to
was pretty.
market.
I don't think it was pretty.
I think they're negotiations. I think they're negotiations. I think it's like a Fedor Emelianenko. Honestly, Cyborg finally came in. She was smashing people in there, and then she ran into the Dominator, the Lioness, Amanda Nunes. Otherwise, she was making all the rest of the women's division look horrible.
Again, you're not wrong. You are 100% correct. But she wouldn't have ever been in the UFC if Ronda didn't do what Ronda did because Chris Cyborg can't sell a fight. And again, to your point, Fedor doesn't need to sell a fight. He just shows up and he's Fedor. I don't think Cyborg had that mystique. She just had the Terminator esque when she's on a card, here we go. But there's not a single person that you know right now that was excited when Cyborg was fighting. They were excited because there was going to be action and someone was getting knocked out.
There was
But
gonna be a
no one was ever,
knockout.
bro, this Saturday, Cyborg's fight. No one did that. People were like, dude, this card's stacked. There was a headline, Cyborg's on it. She's going to knock that girl dead. There was that. But no one was promoting and hyped for Cyborg.
I'm sorry. Were you one of the only ones that was like Ronda Rousey's fighting Kat Zingano? Like, oh my goodness! Like, what are we talking
Honestly, I
about?
wanted Kat to win that fight. I liked
Me
Kat a lot.
too.
I was hoping Kat was going to be the one
I
to do
think
it.
when Kat left too, I was like, oh, this woman's about to go on a crazy ass run. Kat's gonna go crazy right here. She's actually one of my favorites to watch in the women's division for sure. Absolutely.
But so that's where I think and you know it's always debatable. Did this is why I made up the Michael Jordan Joe Montana rule. You go if you were to ask our parents or our grandparents, they might not consider Joe Montana the greatest quarterback of all time because they watched the guys Joe Montana watched to become Joe Montana.
Sure.
You know, the younger generation, they look at terrible, I think, my opinion. I hate Patrick Mahomes, but I love Tom Brady. So if someone says, "Oh, Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time," I'm not going to argue that. We can now have a conversation. That's where this comes in. Oh, he's showing up on his phone. He's showing up. You ask him. You ask him this question if he shows up.
Hey, hey,
Yes, the
what's good?
man, the myth, the legend. Hi, buddy.
How you doing?
Good. Hey, Ryno has a question for you. Go ahead. Ask the man. See what happens here.
All right, Ed, I need you to come through on this one for me, bud. I need your top three women's your top three greatest women's fighters, MMA fighters of all time.
Hold on,
Your
hold on.
top,
Not your three favorite.
not your
The
three
top
favorite.
three greatest that
Yeah,
you
not
would
your
put.
favorite.
They
I
are
don't
the
want to
three
hear that
best to
shit.
ever do this.
Correct. The best.
Okay, I got to think on that for a second. I mean, Amanda Nunes comes to mind, obviously,
Number
right?
one.
I mean, I think Ronda Rousey, she did a a lot for the sport. You
He's
know,
not done yet, Robbie. Shut up,
his
Robbie. He's not
career
done yet.
was very short. Not very short, but it wasn't like a really long career. I feel like, man, that third one. Um, I'm sure there's some non-American fighters that I just, that I maybe aren't as popular, and I can't think of. Like there's some really, really tough women, like in the ONE FC circuit and out of Asia and Japan. Um, man,
I'm
let
gonna
me
help
think
you out
on
here,
this.
Ed. I'm gonna help you out here. What about
Give me
Chris
some
Cyborg?
options. Give me some options.
What
Okay,
Chris?
yeah, Cyborg is up there. Who
Okay,
else?
Hold
okay.
on. That proves
I'm gonna
my point. You had to lead him there.
that
The
that.
man was in the UFC and he didn't even put her in the top three. This
Well, like I
conversation's over.
said,
I win.
It's also very
ah,
early for Ed. It's also very early for Ed. He's not
okay,
thinking
dude.
straight. He
I'll give you
just
that.
got on the
We did
phone.
drop
There's a
it on
lot
him.
of
Okay.
factors
I
that
will
are
give you that.
happening here, Robbie's. All
I will
right,
give you that.
give the man a break.
Holly Holm's pretty good, but I don't think she's at Cyborg's level. So Cyborg is a good call, but I mean, do you have any other names maybe that like I'm
Rose.
not thinking of?
I put Rose above Cyborg.
Mm, I don't know.
I put Misha
I
Tate
think,
above Cyborg. Like I'm not. It's fine. It's fine, bro. He said the same two I said, so I win. He put one
He said the
Amanda
same
Nunes,
two. That's the only
two
two names he
Ronda.
thought
That's
of.
what I said.
I would probably
Oh,
go with Cyborg next. I would honestly.
I'll give you that. That's
You
fine.
know, I'm sure like Misha Tate is probably more popular, had a longer career, was champ. But I think Cyborg would have beat her in the prime. Cyborg's prime would have beaten Misha Tate in her prime.
and Ronda
100%.
Rousey. Cyborg would have ran through Ronda Rousey in their prime. If Ronda didn't get in there, or if Ronda took that fight and Dana White brought her in,
I don't
my
disagree with
personal
this.
opinion,
I don't
my
disagree
personal
with
opinion,
this.
they did,
I don't
huh?
disagree with this. I don't disagree with this, but it never happened. So therefore,
On the topic, let's bring a couple more women's name into that fold. Who are some other women that maybe are candidates for that top three? Obviously, Misha Tate, right? Holly Holm's close, right? There was one other name you said, Rose. She's up there for
There's
sure.
Joanna Yo Jag,
Yeah. She was.
Valentina Shevchenko, Zhang Wei Li.
yeah.
And yeah, and you get some people just they are not as popular maybe, but they're up there with their skills. I feel like all those women are, you know, some of the best ever. So they all have a debate to be in that top three. But I think top three probably got to be Cyborg, or I mean Amanda Nunes, Cyborg or Ronda Rousey, right there, man. I think those are the top three, really.
There we go.
Honestly,
That's the definitive top three list right there from the
I'm in
legend.
for it.
We'll allow
I'm
it.
in for it.
We'll allow it. So you
no
were at a watch party
disrespect.
for you were at a watch party for the UFC. How was that?
Oh, it was good. There wasn't a lot of people there. I think the Paramount deal is really, really fucking it up for a lot of bars because people go, man, I'm not going to spend $100 on a pay-per-view. I'm going to go to the bar and watch it, right, for $5 or for free and have a couple beers. Now people are just watching it at home. You know what I mean? I think it's going to hurt a lot of the bars that the bars got to pay pretty heavy to show the fights. I mean, I think the bar I was at, they were saying I think it cost them $1,200 to show the fights,
Jesus.
and it's like it's gonna hurt the business for a lot of bars, I believe. So the watch
You
party was fun because we had some good people in the house, but not as many people as we normally see at those.
you have been through wars in the UFC before the UFC, like you've been there. I've sat cage side with you and saw wars. What did you think of that heavyweight fight?
Oh man, that was probably the best heavyweight fight I've ever seen for action and excitement. I mean, there's been more technical fights, of course, but boy, you talk about just excitement and Hook It being a character and all that shit. Like, good for him, man. I think he just started some first generation wealth there because that's the kind of fight that's going to get you fucking paid from sponsors. That's the fight that's going to get the fans excited. The WWE fans are coming back. You know what I mean? Exciting. That's all I had to say. Super wild. We were freaking out, having a great time watching that fight.
Nice.
So I was going to ask you about that. So you're more a less words, more action fighter. How do you like that personality that Hokik brings in there? Like walking through the hotel lobby and fucking with people and stuff like that. Like that's you guys are it's the night before a fight. Like your head is trying to get in the right spot. And you got Hokic in there with his macho man saying like, "What's up there, brother?" Like, what do you? I don't know. Like, what's your take on that side of it?
I think it's fucking hilarious, man. And I got to give it to Hookit. I mean, that's how you make money in this sport, is being like outlandish and crazy and having a good time too. So I appreciate him having a good time. Everybody's so fucking serious all the time. Like, what's his name who got knocked out in the main event?
Yuri.
Yuri Prohaska.
Yuri. Like, you saw Hookit fucking with him. That was funny as hell. Yuri was all like serious.
Yeah, serious warrior
Sport
mentality.
fight week, you're like, fuck you, man. But at the same time, I thought it was hilarious, man. With the UFC needed a new character like him, and it was perfect timing. And in the heavyweight division, there's not anybody who's jumping off the screens for excitement as far as, the fans being super pumped, and the heavyweight division needed that. So Hokit too, coming in at 233 pounds. What a stud, man. I almost feel bad for Blades because he's such a good, humble dude and hardworking guy, ranked fifth in the world, and this wild man with two UFC fights comes in there and knocks him on his ass, man. So, but I got to give it up for the 233-pound heavyweight. I love it. He could be fighting at
Wild.
205 for sure.
Yeah.
I thought
Oh
maybe he
my
would get handled, because of the size and everything, and he'd be like going down to 205 next, but maybe not.
Well,
we're
and
in for
I've
the
heard you
ride.
talk about it before, Ed, with some of your fighters that you train. The social media aspect of this, like that really catapults people and like some of these younger fighters and what they need to do is putting themselves out there on social media, not always creating a character, but giving a reason to people to follow you, to watch your journey. That gets you noticed in the LFA and the UFC and all these other ones that are out there. That's what Hokic did. Like I followed him instantly. I at first I'm like, fuck this guy. This character is annoying as hell. Then he goes in this war, and I'm like, click follow,
You
right?
got
I
if
mean,
you can back it up. If you act crazy
yeah,
like that and back it up, that's what is gonna sell. You got the Conor McGregors, guys like that. They're able to get in people's skin. The Diaz brothers, but they also fucking backed it up, and that's what Hokit did, man. Even if he'd have lost that fight, I think he's still a crowd favorite. People love that wild man shit. I think it relates to a normal person of just like, I don't give a fuck. Let's go. He's got a good story. I love it.
Because you brought up the Diaz brothers. How do you feel about the Netflix MMA card? Are you excited for it? Is it a circus show? How do you feel about this happening?
You know, um, I don't know. It's exciting. It gives me knots in my stomach thinking about how much money these guys are making. I'm like, fuck, man. I wish I could have been 5 years younger. You guys are getting paid, bro.
What do you think about Diaz versus Perry?
Uh, Harry, is it a bare knuckle match or
No,
what is
it's
it?
MMA. It's an MMA fight.
Oh, well, I think Diaz wins an MMA fight against Perry. If it was just bare
Nice.
knuckle, I think Perry might win, but I
Nice.
think Diaz wins that fight. He's just more well-rounded.
Nice. Speaking of fights, you got a big thing coming up this weekend. What's going on for you?
Absolutely. This Saturday, RV and Style Arena in Vancouver, Washington. We got Clinch FC coming. Um, really excited to help promote and put on the show in Vancouver. It's my hometown. So we got a lot of local support from all my Vancouver, Washington people. And it's going to be good, man. We have a stacked card. Um, Jason Shaner, Carl Summer, two ATT guys who have a lot of potential and are exciting fighters, as well as a bunch of really good up and coming young amateurs. It's going to be good, man.
Are you guys mixing this one up too, where there's kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, and MMA, or what are we doing on this card?
No, we have one tag team grappling match. UFC veteran Austin Springer is in that, so that's exciting. And then I think we might have one kickboxing match and like 9 MMA fights. Um, so it's going to be a good mixed show. The crowd enjoys that little bit of mix. I think it breaks it up a little bit. People really love the tag team grappling, especially if you got some showmen in there, having some fun, getting the crowd involved. That's always important. Love to have a guy like Hokit in there, getting the crowd hyped up.
Ryno, have you ever seen a tag team grappling match?
yes.
I had never seen one until he invited me down to one of these, and I was like, "Wait, what is this?" And then he's like, "Oh, Robbie, you of all
Bro.
people are gonna love this." And when I watched it, I was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, so I saw the one Rodrigo was actually up here and they did one and they're like holding on to the cage and like trying to get the tag and the one's in a hole and the other one dove over him like
Yeah,
bro Ed talks about being 5 years younger. If I was 100 pounds lighter and 10 years younger, brother, I'm in there. Like let's
yeah,
go. Like
yep,
it was fucking rad. I that again, we talk about like building characters and building things like that. Those are the ones that get the crowds pumped, and then they remember names. They remember the names of who they watch do fun interactions like that. Fights are always going to be amazing. People also like that damn circus part of it though as well when they go to shows. They like that thing that's just out of the norm, and I think the tag team part brings a hell of a lot of eyes.
yep.
And it kind of for us guys, it brings back our childhood with like the WWF tag team stuff. You know, the guys getting choked out or whatever, and you're holding on to the rope and reaching, and you get that tag, and they can tag feet or whatever what they got to do. Um, we put a rope on there with a little carabiner, so they got to hold on to that rope because the first time we did it, we said you got to hold on to the cage, and they were scaling the cage like all the way around, right? So it's like now we got
Damn,
them
these
stuck in
kids are
the
funny.
corner. But it's fucking great, man. And they have 3 seconds to double team somebody, so it's like the crowd goes nuts, man. It is fun. I've had friends who've went, and that's all they remember. They're like, when are you doing more of those tag team grappling shows? I'm like, what are you talking about? That was an MMA show, and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot about the fights.
Exactly.
Ugh. My question is, with jujitsu matches being so prevalent and out there now, will we ever see you in a jujitsu match? Maybe not in a cage, but just out there. If someone was like, "Hey, Ed Herman, we need your skills. Come fight." It
I've
can be
had some
another
off,
UFC guy. It can be a nobody. Like I don't care. I'm just saying. Would you ever entertain that idea?
I've had some offers, and I would love to do something like that. Even Sam Alvey and me were chatting about getting together and
Oh,
trying to get a match in like RFA or like or not is it RFA the real wrestling one
mhm.
and or something like that. He's a character. I'm a character. It would be fun to do something like that. Unfortunately, right now I'm battling through some injuries still. I might be going under the knife again here next month. And after that, though, if things go well, I'd love to get back into training consistently and competing and doing some professional grappling, something along those lines. So give me a little time here, trying to get this whole body healthy again.
You
Nice.
know, and it'd be funny as hell, man, to see you take the route that Smiling Sam Alvey does. I follow him on social media, and he's what I love about Sam too is he interacts with the fans. Like he's messaged me back before, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool of him. But he's gonna be fighting next month, I believe, in his gym. One of these social media dickweeds that is just talking trash to him.
I
And
love
and
it.
he, and he does it. He does like a sparring session where he doesn't go super hard on these guys, and they for some reason think that they're going to be able to walk in there with a trained professional and do something. And Smiling Sam smiles the entire time, and puts on a clinic. Bro, get yourself back in there training. Holy shit, would that be fun? Like
Yeah,
that would be fun as hell.
it is hilarious because these guys, they can talk shit and go, "Man, I seen you fight in the UFC. You lost like 5 fights in a row in the UFC, or you got your ass kicked that one time in the UFC." Like, yeah, and that's the UFC, motherfucker. Like the toughest dudes in the fucking world. So, you see those, the couch coaches or the whatever you call them, those
Keyboard warriors.
dumbasses. Yeah, the keyboard warriors and the people saying this and saying that, and it's cool to see Sam call these guys out.
Yeah.
And the interaction he goes down to, he spends a lot of time on that. It's pretty hilarious. So uh, love it, man. Hopefully we can keep that rolling.
Well, I'm hoping if you go under the knife, I'm hoping it's early, but either way, you're going to be at the next Coca card with me, Ryno, right?
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
there.
Okay. Good.
Speaking of that, you're a coach for Arthur, right? Arthur Mills or
No, I'm not a coach for Arthur. I'm a big fan of Arthur. He's
Okay, I thought.
He's out of Kitsap
Yeah, he's
Combat,
up
I
here, bro.
believe.
What are you doing? Do some research.
Who's the other one, man? I forgot his name. The one that got his nose broken. I thought that was Arthur.
Hmm.
Damn.
No,
The one that fought
I'd
the one that he
love to
fought the
go something
Russian.
else. Abdi Samat Malakanov. Yeah, he talented young man from Kyrgyzstan. He actually just moved, I believe, down to Sacramento and is now training with Alpha Male. Um,
Nice.
he's got some of his brothers and stuff from Kyrgyzstan there. There are quite a few Kyrgyzstani fighters in the area training at Alpha Male, so I think it was a good fit for him as far as just being around some of his family and friends. And Alpha Male is a great squad. I'm sure he'll be coming back and like doing some cross training with us, but I know he's down there training right now and enjoying that. So we wish him the best of luck.
Nice.
He's got a big.
Do you have ATT guys on the next Koga card?
Oh, we do, right? I mean, almost the whole
When
card.
don't we? When don't we have ATT guys on the Koga card?
The code card. I'm sorry. Yeah. I know we do have some guys on the Koga card off the top. I'm not doing the matchmaking anymore for ATT fighters. Hamza Salim has stepped in and doing a great job managing the amateur team down there now. And I know we have some Koga guys some ATT guys on the card. I just, off the top of my head, I can't tell you who they are.
That's fair. You'll know shortly when we get to have the card announced. But
yeah, sorry, I wasn't prepared. I should know that.
It's my bad. You were texting. I told Ryno you were texting me, giving me shit of making you get up and do this early in the morning.
What? Say it again.
I was telling Ryno we were doing the show, before you came on, before you called me. I literally told him, "Hey, he's texting me, giving me shit about making him do it this early in the morning."
No, that's all good. I'm up this early.
Sure.
I just had shit going on to take my lady to work. I had a doctor's appointment again with the neck surgeon. We talked about the options and what we're going to be doing to get in and try to fix my neck a little bit.
Nice.
So,
how's things at the gym?
Ed, I want to ask you. I'm sorry, Robbie.
No, go ahead.
Ed, I want to ask you the one fight that got announced for Koga that I was curious about your take ahead of the time, because we're gonna have these guys on when it gets a little bit closer. But the Luther and the Mike fight, Luther and Mike, the two dudes who you were in the cage with them before when they tried to announce it, like last year when they tried to get that fight on there, and now it's finally happening on this one. Uh, what's your take on that one?
What fighters is that? Who's again?
Mike LeBlanc and Luther. What is it? Luther Edge. There you go. It's not focusing.
Yeah, of course it's not. Yeah, it's Mike. Yeah, Mike LeBlanc. He was the one that came into the cage and they were announcing it and they got in each other's face. Mike was he's like, oh, it's gonna be good. And Luther's like, fuck you. He's like, don't be lame. He's like, I'm gonna beat your ass. And they got kind of crazy in the cage for a second.
Your promos are like your fights, boring as hell.
Dude,
Luther, are they fighting like heavyweight or light heavy?
Heavy. Luther's the dude that just fought Matt Howell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Young. He's pretty young, right?
Yes.
Pretty young guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, he's a big kid and young and hungry, and I just don't see how Mike has a chance in hell, honestly.
Yeah, and what I was talking to Omar. They reached out. I think it's like not the Street Beefs, the other one that's on there. But I guess Luther's fought like 200 times for them. Like it, and of course, you never really know. It's that one in Gig Harbor.
Huh.
Isn't that Street Beef?
Is it Street Beefs?
Yeah.
There was a couple of those ones that are out there in the side, but it's still. I was excited to see it the first time. It fell through. Mike fought somewhere else, and now they're back with it. Yeah.
Well, I haven't started doing my research yet for the Koga. We've been really focused on this card here this on Saturday. And this week I'll start my research. So I'll have a little bit more info on you there. I believe I know who Luther is. I think I'm talking about the right guy, but I may be mistaken because I don't remember that guy having so many like street beef fights, but I could be wrong. So my bad on not being prepared there, but Joe always puts together a great card. The last couple cards have been two of his best cards that I've ever been a part of. So I'm really excited to keep that ball rolling and have another great night of fights up at the Clearwater.
Yeah. How are things at your gym? How's Short Fuse going? Blowing up all over social media.
Yeah, we've been, trying to be active on social media. Janae does a great job. They're helping us out with that. And, I got a great staff and a lot of great dedicated, students, and we're growing all the time. Our kids program is, primarily what, you know, um, we focus on a lot. My adults program is a little bit smaller, but we have an awesome Muay Thai program and Jiu-Jitsu program. But man, the kids really, it's exciting for me to watch the kids get in there and train and give all these youngsters somewhere positive to, do their thing. So we just had a good wrestling camp yesterday at the gym, and it's great, man. I love it. It's a small community gym, and we have a lot of fun over there.
Give the people where can they get tickets or check out your show that's this weekend?
Yeah, you can get tickets at northwestfightpromotions.com. You can come by my gym and buy tickets. We have some VIP tables, a couple of them left, and there's a few tickets left. So get your tickets now. It's going to sell out. We got some local crowd favorites. It's going to be a good time. We got some good food and good catering company in there bringing some really good food, and it's going to be great, man. It's a great little venue, and it's really nice, intimate venue. We're excited. It's an all ages show, so we really have a lot of fun. Had a lot of people there. It was their first MMA show, and I walk around the crowd and talk to people, and talking to some older ladies and stuff, saying that they didn't know what they to expect coming to an MMA show. They were a little intimidated, but they all were, so excited about how much fun they had and how just passionate everybody was about MMA. And it's good to continue to teach people about MMA and that we're not just a bunch of thugs coming in off the streets trying to kill each other. There's a story behind all of us, and there's a lot that goes into it, man. We're real serious about this stuff. It's our lifestyle,
Yep. When the Koga card gets announced, will you come back on and break it down and what we're excited for and what we're not with Ryno now?
Yes, yeah. Give me a redo on that. I'll be more prepared after this weekend. I've had a lot going on and getting ready for this show. So all my focus will be on getting ready for that Koga card after this weekend, and love being a part of Koga with you guys, and excited to get back up there. What is it, the 28th? Is that right?
23rd.
23rd of May. Okay, cool.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate you.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
All right. We'll talk soon.
You. Yes, sir.
See
Come back
guys.
on when that card's announced. Come back on.
100%. 100%. Cool. I got you.
Cool.
Later,
right,
Ryno.
Later, brother.